I love photographing butterflies, but as you can see in these videos, they don't stay still for very long. So I asked myself, how can I take macro photographs of butterflies if they don't stay still very long? Well, the secret is to use a telephoto lens and then do these following steps to get a macro photograph of butterflies. I'm going to show you how to go from this to this in just a few simple steps. The first thing I do is I load the raw image into Adobe Photoshop, and then I make the necessary adjustments in Camera Raw. Here you can see I've already made my adjustments. The next step is to crop the image to the composition that I want. Once I've cropped the image to my liking, I zoom in on the image and you can see there's plenty of noise that has now been magnified because I've cropped in so tightly. So I use a program called Topaz Denoise and I eliminate the noise in the image. You can play around with the settings till you find your best look. Next, I go into another plugin called Topaz Sharpen, and I sharpen the image because I've cropped in so tightly. It's not as sharp as it could be. If the process looks overdone, you can go into Photoshop and actually fade the results, and then just play around with this until you get the results that looks good to you but not overdone. And the final step in this process is I go into another Topaz Labs program called Gigapixel, and Gigapixel allows me to resize the image without any loss in quality. And I do this because I've cropped in so tightly on the image that it's very small pixel-wise. So Gigapixel allows me to make a larger image of this small cropped photo.